Hello everyone. I am working on a new journal and I just went for a beautiful walk. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Massachusetts and I went for a walk on the beach with my friend and I had a lovely time and I'm back to get some work done. I thought I would turn my camera on. Also, my son is doing work upstairs in his room, so he's not here on the video game. So it's a good time. So this is the cover that I just made. Let me get this stuff out. So it is, it's a fabric cover. This is a really nice thick kind of tapestry upholstery fabric. And the inside is Tim Holtz fabric. And this fabric is just something I got. I can't remember how I got it, but I got it because I like the colors and it's kind of batik. And in between the layers of fabric is a stiffener, and what I used was a recycled Tyvek envelope that I had a delivery in, and so I turned it inside out. It's 2 layers thick. I glued it together. I put a skiff of glue and then I sewed around. So this is going to be it's going to be a soft-sided several signature. I haven't decided exactly. Maybe 3 signature journal, maybe 4. I don't know. I was thinking of making the signatures thin, but having more of them. So anyway, so that's where I am so far. And then I sewed on a little pocket here and a tuck here because I didn't want to cover up these cute little birds over here. And then look, this is the first time I've used this fancy stitch on my sewing machine. So that was exciting. All right, so that is my fabric journal cover. This is my first signature cover. So what I'm doing is before I'm adding pages, I am working on the kind of the anchor pages for each signature. And I want it to be really interactive. That's my goal, my thought, is I want to come up with interesting ways of creating places for journaling that's not necessarily just straight out writing. So what this is a Stamperia Forest paper. And what I've done is this is a just, you know, one of those little document folder closures, and it's anchored on the inside here. It runs through this tuck, the string that closes it runs through the tuck, and then I have a reinforced hole right on that edge there. And then that is how you keep this flippy thing closed. And then this flippy thing, I wanted it to be narrow because I didn't want to hide the fox because I think he's really cute. And I've taken to including some ephemera pockets. So this unfolds, and I've already stuck some little Tim Holtz things and some little washi stickers and other stickers in all these little pockets. So as you're journaling, you can add embellishments to your pages. And I didn't want to sew it because if I sewed it, it would have gone right through that deer's face. And so it would have gone through those guys. So I didn't do that. So I just reinforced it with washi, and I did reinforce the sticky of the washi with my glue stick. So that is that. Oops, that is that. So that folds up like that, but then it also unfolds on this side, and this is going to be a pocket for a tall tag here, and this is going to be another pocket. Bye, have a good time, honey, be safe. She's going to the barn. She has to take care of the horses. And then this is a tuck. We'll just leave a little tuck there. So that is that first part of the first signature. And then, oh yeah, and then on the edge, I made a little, it's just a punch, like a little, one of those, I just had it, it's this punch. It's 2.3 centimeters. It is by Recollections. So that's a punch that I punched some cardstock and then glued 2 together to form the end of that one. And then when you open it, of course there'll be papers in here. There's a tuck that'll put some journaling cards in there. And there's a big, like a folder pocket here, and then a little tuck here. And this Stamperia pack came with on the inside of the cover. So let's see. This is the cover, but on the inside of the cover it came with all these cool sayings in several languages. There's French, there's Spanish, there's Italian. I thought I found one that, yeah, I think this one's Italian. If any of you speak Italian, you can tell me if that's Italian. Si vuoi volare, rinuncia a tutto ciò che ti pesa. No idea what that means. Something about flying, maybe? I don't know. And anyway, this one says, todo conecta todo lo demás. And it means everything is connected to everything else, I think. And then this one, it says, silence speaks when words can't. So that is the first folder, signature for the folder for the first signature. So I thought, long story short, that I would work on the second folder. And so I have a bunch of different paper packs that I thought I would mix it up. Oh yeah, my theme. Right. So my theme is nature, and I wanted it to be a broad theme because some of the stuff that I've been doing has been very specific, and I felt a little constrained by it. So I wanted to just nature so that nothing is off limits. Okay, so I think that's going to be my third one. And this is my second one. This is from the Stamperia Spring Botanic Pack. And so all I've done so far is I've just cut it to size and folded it. I love that image. It's got a little bug. I don't know if it's a bee because it's got a red bum. Pretty little butterfly and a tulip, obviously. Just a beautiful paper pack. So again, my goal is to have these be pretty interactive. So these are from the other paper pack. I'm trying not to mix paper packs, but I'm mixing papers within the journal. Okay, so I have this cut off. I also have other pages here. Well, that's so pretty. All these papers. This one I was thinking of saving because I want to do a dragonfly one, and that'll be perfect for the dragonfly one. And it's got this. I was thinking for this. Ooh, look how pretty that one is. Okay, let's grab this one. It was so nice out there. The beach that my friend lives on, it's a cove, and it faces southeast. And it was a northern wind, and she has a little cabin, like a little cabana right by the beach, and so it blocks the wind. So we were sitting on the benches out there 6 feet apart, and the wind was blocked, and it was sunny, and the sun was sparkling on the ocean, and there was a little flock of ducks. It was just gulls. It was so pretty. Okay, so as I was saying, I think what I want to do is I would like to have a bunch of those sideways journaling tags. I'm not going to be putting a lot of lace and fluff on the edges of this, I've decided, but what I can do is I can do tabs, because if you look, this has a nice, it should have a nice overhang of fabric over the edge. So I think I should be able to get some tabs in without it interfering with the fabric. So, and I don't want to cover up this image because it's so lovely. So I could do one there. You know what? Maybe I'll do one pocket off the top here, and then on the inside cover, I'll do some there. Oh, and you know what? I like this pattern better than that. So I think that's what I'll do. I could do it as a belly band, and that way they could be long, nice long tags. They might be narrow, but they could go so yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Do it like that. And then on the front here, maybe I'll do one so that I have a tab off the top, but the tab is going to actually be a, oh, there's a thought. I can make a huge pocket. So you pull the giant tabby tag out of the top, and then these guys, oh, that won't work, it'll be too much unless I do it like this, but then I cover all of that up. That's sad. All right, maybe I'll do it on the back because the back isn't as exciting. It's pretty, but it's not as exciting to me as the front. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We're gonna leave this front alone. I'll do the inside. So this isn't gonna be all that, you know, tricky or exciting. Yeah, I should have videoed the first one because that one was a little bit trickier. But you know what? I had to think so much so that, because when you're doing something like that other one that I did, it's really important that you, you know what? I'm going to glue this and then snip. It's really, no, I'm not. As I was saying, it's really important that you get the order correct. The order in which you do things. Okay, pencil. So I need to cut it off right there. So I know we're all doing our social distancing, but if you guys have the opportunity to get out and get some sunshine and fresh air, I can't tell you how much better I feel right now for having done that. I just feel like where I had heard some bad news this morning about a friend's parent and, you know, watching the news and all that stuff. It's all so, oof. All right, wait, okay, so wait. Let me think for a second. I actually do want to have, so if I turn this over, I want to have compartments, and I think I can do 3 compartments. This is 9 inches tall. Where's my ruler? So if I do, it is 9 inches tall, right? Yes, it's 9 inches tall. So if I do a line of glue at 3 and a line of glue at 6, then I'll have proper compartments. So where's my, I have a nice little square or corner thing here. So a line of glue at 6 and a line of glue at 3. And then if I do, and I'll do a line of glue at the top and the bottom, then I'll have 3 compartments to stick a little side tag in. Okay. I love that metal ruler. I have some magnets on that wall in front of me, so I can just fling it against the wall and it sticks. Okay. So here's my, I have to refill this soon. This is art glitter glue. So a line of glue there, a line of glue there, a line of glue at the top, a line of glue at the bottom. I didn't sew that first one because it was there was so much going on. It was going to be too hard to sew one element and not wind up accidentally and deleteriously sewing another element. But this one I could probably sew, no problem. Okay, so I should have a line of glue. Oh, I should have marked it. That's all right. I should have a line of glue in each of those spots. And then on the back, I think I'm gonna do it on here. Oh, I'm definitely gonna sew this because then I could sew this down as a big old pocket. See if I just cover the whole square. Woo, avalanche. The whole square. Then I can have like a full page tag. That could be cool. Yep, excited about that idea. Okay, pencil here and here. All right, so I'm going to wind up cutting that butterfly. I don't know if you can see, I'm probably not on the screen. I'm going to wind up cutting that butterfly, which would make me sad. So maybe I will, yeah, if I do it this way, I can cut, I'll cut right in between the snail and this, because I kind of want to preserve this, because I just think it's so pretty. And I've got the ginkgo leaves. Igualmente. I have no idea what that says. I think that might be Italian. And I think igualmente means equally, but that's Spanish. I don't know. If any of you speak this language and can read what this says, let me know. All right, so I'm going to do the bottom half. All right, so let me get my slicer. Yes, it was under my sewing desk here. I am going to get a new bigger place. We're saving up. My husband and son cleared some of the spot where it's going to go in our Coronication. Maybe I'll cut I think I'm going to cut it this way first. And so it needs to be, this one is 6. So I want to make it just shy of 6, maybe 5 3/4. So it doesn't interfere with this, with the, it's not a spine, what is it? It's a fold. Okay. So that is going to go there, and I'm going to use this. It's so pretty. I love this paper pack. And then I'm going to cut between the snail and the floral wreath there. Florum fasciculus primus. No. Suppose I ought to, but I don't. Okay. All right. So, what was I saying about the... Oh, yeah, I was going to say... See, I can kind of center it there, and I'll do a thing. If you guys can find an opportunity to get out there and get some fresh air and get some sunshine, it is so completely worth it, and it lifts your spirits, and you can just feel your body making vitamin D out of that sunshine. Just helps your whole outlook feel more hopeful. I think it's definitely what I needed. I think that's what a lot of us need right now, is to feel hopeful. So I'm going to ink this with peeled paint. Yeah, we have had our school canceled through, at the earliest they said we would go back, May 4th. And we had a staff meeting with my principal last night, and he said that that's significant language. At the earliest, May 4th. So, it's important, kind of changes things for us. My biological kids are starting to take their assignments a little bit more seriously. It's because it's now no longer feeling like snow days. Now it's feeling like, all right, so this is the new normal. And so they've both signed up for some classes. And yeah, so I'll have a tag coming out of there and a tag coming out of there. Okay, so let's see. I'll just glue this down and then I'll sew it so that I don't have to. My sewing machine is way over there. Yeah. So, and I've got I advertised I'm going to do a virtual meeting with my students tomorrow. I don't know how many of them even got the message. Depends who checks their email. I'm going to do it through Zoom because they've made it free for educators in schools, which is fantastic. Thank you, Zoom. And yeah, we'll see. I think what I'm going to do is I'll be putting up assignments and then I'll have office hours so that they can get online and check in with me and ask me questions about the assignments. But you know what? They're just going to have to do them on their own. There's really... Oops. Okay. There's just no two ways about it. You know, that's what distance learning is. And it's not great for a lot of them. A lot of them don't do as well without, you know, some verbal explanation. But that's what the office hours will be for. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm actually excited to see them. I'm looking, I hope they show up. I want to check in with them and see how they're doing. See, so I've got some pocket spaces in there. Okay, so that's good. I'm happy with that. Makes me want to add lace. I really do. I want to add lace to this one. We'll see. I may not be able to resist. It's just calling to me. Lace me. All right, so I did make a bunch of tags and things the other day because it seemed a manageable thing to do. Oh, I was going to do this as a flip. Got to remember that for the, I'm going to stick this in here. Got to remember that I want to make that a flip. So these, I think, are the right height, but they're not the right width. I suppose I could put two in there. Could two of these? These are altered. Put two in there. If I overlapped them, I could put a tab at the top of each one. That's not really doing it for me though. And then I have all these cards. Okay, some lace there, but I don't think that will fit. It's not the right height. It's not going to fit in there. Nope. And journaling card, journaling card, journaling card, journaling card. Oh, these would fit, I think. Let's see. Is this the right height to fit in here? Oops, nope, nope. So there has to be a pretty small tag to fit into this pocket. Let me see, I just want to see if there are some cut apart tags. I think there were, I might have already used them. There's this page, which some of these might work. It's on the back. Gosh, I love Stamperia. Some of these might fit in going that way. This one, that one would fit. Although I might want to save that one for something else. Let's see how this works. Where's my, here we go. All right, let's see if I can do this by hand. I'm not fabulous at cutting. I'm okay with fussy cutting, but I'm not fabulous with cutting things out. Let's see. What do you think about that one? I think those are too wide. I think we need some of these little narrow ones. Yeah, so I found some sea glass. Found a really pretty light green one, and I found slightly darker green, and I found a really nice super purple piece of shell. We have quahogs live in these. Oh, but I wanted to make sure I have tags on those too. That was part of the point, wasn't it? Yep. And so my friend is a librarian, and she's working from home, and her husband is working from home, which is fantastic. And there we go. So those fit. I wonder if I would rather have this plantarum. It's too long. Okay. All right, so now let me figure out some tabs for those. Maybe I could do some tabs out of here. Now I could do, so I had a tab punch. I'm not sure where it is right now, but it's very ill-behaved. It's actually the second one. It's one of those kind of blue-green, I don't even know where it is right now. Blue-green turquoise, hold on, thought. Punches that say tab, here it is. And sometimes, oh dear. All right, hold on, I just had a avalanche. Hold on one sec. Oh dear. My wipes fell and my tab punch fell. Oh dear. I hope it still works. And some of my stencils fell. But here's the tab punch. So this is often temperamental. I think it's going to be too big for the little things. Like, see, if I squeeze it like this, see, now it looks like it's being just fine. But watch what happens. Here, let's fold this in half. And I'm gonna slot it in here so that the fold is not being cut, so it'll be a two-sided punch, and and it works perfectly. Of course it does. Sometimes it feels like this die cutting piece that pushes through doesn't line up properly and it gets stuck. But there, so here's a darling little punch. So we'll just art glitter glue. Oh, you know what? I should put some, what you call it? Coffee dyed paper there. I'll save all the sewing for later on when I'm not on camera. And I'll just put a little bit of glue in the center here, because then I'll sew around the edges to sew that down. So you'll be able to write a little note on that, and then glue that down again. I'll sew that onto it as well. There, cute little tag. That slots right in there. Oh, but I kind of want that to stick out like that. Okay, and then the other kind of tag I often make uses, you know what, I'm gonna have to sacrifice that. I don't really want to sacrifice that. Where's that other, that's all that blue background. I love that raspberry, the little berried background. Oh well, I think I'm out of that little berry background. Is there enough to get another tab out of this? But I need to have it circle, rectangle circle. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Here, we'll do some blue ones. And I'm going to ignore the fact that I'm punching through that thing I tried to save. So this is the faux whale's tail punch. Sorry, I'm just thinking about which side I want to use. That's kind of pretty. Maybe I will use that side. Okay, so I take my 2-inch. This is a Recollections 2-inch circle bunch. And then I take fold it in half. And then I take my Fiskars, I think this is a 1-inch. And I take that corner and I'm going to aim that corner into the center like that. And I just I try and get that point into the center of that center dot. And I squeeze, and then I do the same thing on here. So I have the point pointing to the center of that center dot. And then I have a kind of a faux whale's tail punch. Because I'm not paying $70 for an actual whale tails punch, which is what they appear to cost on eBay. And then like this. There. And I actually really like how those come out. So this one I think I'll stick on here. Oh wait, I need some writing space on here. Oh, that's perfect. Once again, I will just glue it. I'm not going to be super careful about gluing right to the edge because I'm going to sew it. Okay, so there's that. And then the tab, so that it'll stick out the edge. You can hear my husband, he's video conferencing with his AP Environmental Studies class. And we're talking about the issue of how things are now changing, that we're out until, at least until May. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do if they decide that the year's just done. What happens to all those kids? Do they repeat the year? I mean, I don't know. My daughter's psyched. She's a senior, so she's thinking she's just done. But my son's a sophomore. And I'm not sure how he would happy he would be if someone said he had to do sophomore year over again, because, and I don't know. Not that anyone has actually proposed that. I'm just jumping to that conclusion. Ugh. Yeah, see? I need to go for another walk on the beach. It doesn't take much to get you right back into that, oh my goodness, frame of mind. Okay, I'm going to glue this on here. Sticky hands. Okay. So that will go in like that. And then let's look at it from the front. How's it look from the front? Oh yeah, see, that's cute. You got all those little tabs hanging out the side there. Cute, cute. And then we'll have one out the top as well. So I have this piece here, which is the other part of that I could use as a tag. I wonder, do I want to make it, how much? See, I didn't think to give it a fold. I probably should have folded those things in and then I could have made that thicker. But since it's just It's just that. All right, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit so that it looks like it will actually fit inside to that pocket. You guys know what I mean? If I had made the pocket with an edge and then you glue the edge down so it pops out a little bit and you could fit more in. So, but you know, that's all right. I didn't think of it at the time. So I'm gonna cut, this is, see, I offset the thumb hole a little bit because I didn't want to cut off the cute little snail. This is 5 3/4. So if I make it 5 inches wide, that should be plenty. I can't wait for a bigger desk. Ugh. That should be plenty. Maybe I'll make it 5 1/4 so that I don't completely cut off that flower. Like that. And then I'll save that for a tab. And then how high? This is, see, I want it to go right to the top edge there. So if I make it 8 1/2, so I think I want to make it 8 1/2 because it's not going to be to the edge. I'll do 8 1/2 because there's it doesn't go right to the bottom of the pocket because there's some glue there. So if I do it 8 1/2, I can't really do it 8 1/2 because I said 8 1/2, right? Well, I can always cut it down more. Okay. Let's see. Does it go in? It's a little bit wide. Let me just make sure it's not just some errant glue. I love this metal ruler. It's good for so many things beyond just measuring. Okay. And it's magnetic. Let's see, how's that? Yep, still needs to be cut down just a smidge. Or am I going to cut it down from? I don't want to cut off the petals. I don't want to cut off these flowers. What am I going to do? All right, I think I'll take it from, take a smidge off both sides. See how that works. See if I can freehand it. Smidge off that side, and I'll take a smidgen off this side, and I'm going to, I usually when I do pockets like these, I like to round the bottom corners because there's less for that, kind of slides in better. They don't get hung up. Okay, this is so pretty. So it's going in, but it's not, I really wish I'd given that pocket some sides. Ah. All right, a little bit more. A little more. I'm going to take a little more off each side again. And then off this side as well. See, if I'd given it those flaps I was talking about, there would have been enough give. Yeah, that'll slide in now. And it'll go more easily when I stiffen it a little bit more with some, here we go, some tea dye. So I have some thicker tea dyed stuff in here. I did a ton of tea dyeing, see, the other day. And I think I did some card. I did some card. You know what I did? I did some parchment. I think I did some pinker pages. Peachy. Oh, that's kind of a good color, huh? Alright. So, cut this down. Go. That one to the side. And then for length, I'm going to go right here. And then round corners, around all the corners. Oh dear, see what it's doing? It's not biting. Well, that's not good. Oh, I will be so sad if this is losing its chomp. And then I think I'll round the top corners of this as well. There we go. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the center here. I'm not worried about the edges because I'll sew it. Cap. Ah, here we go. I really do appreciate this Scotch Create glue. It's very forgiving. I can be a total dodo brain and leave it off and it will be okay. Leave the cap off, I mean. Okay. So here's the other good use for this metal ruler. I can't find my little credit card that I use for smoothing things out. But look, metal ruler works just as well. It's a multitasker. It's a multitasking tool. Okay. All right, and I need a tab like this one. Do I want it like that? Oh, look at the cute little snail. It's not really big enough. I could do two, I suppose. Maybe I'll have to do that. I'll just do two and glue them back to back. Okay. And then I'm going to be done with, other than the sewing, which I said I would do off camera, be done with this particular signature folder. And then I think I'm going to do one more. So I will, and then I have to start deciding on pages and things. But again, I really want this to be a very interactive one. Just because it's fun. and different people that look for different things in journals. So I have those on my shop that are more of straightforward writing ones, and then this is going to be more of the interactive one. And then maybe I'll decide to put, kind of needs this focal point on there, doesn't it? So where's my Mondo bin of Fussy Cut? Let me show you my Mondo bin of Fussy Cut. Oof! So, I was a busy girl the other day, a couple of days, and all of this is my Fussy Cut. So I could do birds, or I could do a bulb. Oh, look at that little cute little ruby crown kinglet. It's kind of dwarfed on the page. I have a very bright butterfly. I have, so the birds weren't terrible. Here's a heron. Let's see, I've got some mushrooms, but they're not the right colors. I've got, oh, I didn't cut this one out because depending on, I decided I would wait until I find the project. Oh, and you know what? That works with this. Because I was going to go with whatever color worked best. Some more birds. Shout when you see something that you want me to use. I do that all the time. People are working. I'm like, oh, that one. Pick that one. Here are some kind of pastel-y flowers. And they're bulbs. That kind of goes with the theme. So yeah, I think I'll use the bulbs, the pastel-y bulb flowers. And then I think I will put something texture. Oh, I can't. Ooh. Someone said, but wait, the pocket's not big enough, didn't you? I heard you. That is a fair point. That pocket is fairly narrow. So maybe I don't want to use something fluffy behind, but... Oh, I know. You know what I was using the other day that worked out really great was baking paper. I put down a little bit of baking paper behind here. I don't have any more right here. And it muted the color behind the... I'm just looking to see if I have any. Oh, look here. I do have some. And this has been used for tea dyeing. So look what happens. Even better, it's been tea dyed. So when you glue down some baking paper, yikes, it falls on your head. See, it glues down flat and it just kind of mutes whatever's directly behind it so that you can use that. So that's what I'm going to do. So the baking paper I was using the other day was pristine. It hadn't been used at all. I need a glue book. Because I really do want the edges to get glued down on this. Because when you glue it down, it flattens out. Okay. So if I flatten that all out, you can, it's translucent. You can still see the images beneath, but it mutes it so that if you have a focal point you want to add, like a little bouquet of bulbs, like that. I think I'm gonna tear these stems off a little bit because They're poking through where I don't want them. Yep, little bouquet of bulbs. It mutes the background so that it's not feeling like it's so super busy to your eye. Yeah, I was happy with how that worked. Okay, so I'm going to finish this card, and then I will sign off and do my sewing. And I'll probably keep working, but if I do another session on this journal, I will be sure to update everybody on what has transpired. There we go. Okay, bouquet of bulbs. All right, so then this is going to get slotted into, what did I do with my, oh, such a mess. This will get slotted into this pocket. Like so. And then these guys will sit like so. Ha! That's gonna be cute. I'm happy with that. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy. Get some fresh air. Bye-bye.